Hello, my bookish darlings. Instead of a normal booktube video, I want to take a moment to get on my soapbox. Ashley of the Bookish Realm had a really interesting discussion a few weeks ago about book banning and challenges to books and why it's important for the book community to stay aware of what is happening in this area.
It's been weighing heavy on me, and I think it's been weighing heavy on me because I see it constantly, and maybe not so much as other people in our community, but with everything that's been coming out in the news lately and things that I have been shared by people in my Patreon, people DMing me on Instagram, I feel like it's just, time to revisit and having this conversation again, just because I want to make sure that we as a community are staying aware of what is happening in terms of book banning and book challenge. So there's two things that I've been kind of aware of that I wanted to share with you. One of them being that Nebraska has been introducing, I found this out in January thanks to someone in my Discord, about this happening in Nebraska where they are introducing, or they've introduced a bill to their House of Representatives where a librarian could potentially do jail time for providing children with any type of sexually explicit books. And basically what this means is that they're aiming to imprison and target teachers that give children or teens any access to LGBTQIA plus books. That's what that is about. I also, in addition to that, I have recently come across some interesting things, which is one thing that I did not know, is that Utah is now, some schools in Utah are requiring their children to bring in permission slips if they want to be able to check out any LGBTQIA plus books.
But does that mean if you don't check out a book, you can still read it in the library? Or will books be locked up and only accessible if you have permission slips? I don't know, but I do remember as a queer kid going to the public library and reading books on the down low, but never checking them out. So anyway, Ashley emphasizes the importance of accessibility and the freedom to read and highlights the need to address the culture war that's taking place in our society now. And I'll have a link to her video below, which I encourage you to watch. So when there's talk about the LGBTQI plus community and libraries, the first thing that comes to mind is Drag Queen Story Hour. Drag Queen Story Hour is a program that began in San Francisco in 2015, in which drag queens read stories to children in libraries and schools and bookstores. And the aim of the program is to promote diversity, inclusivity, and acceptance of all people, regardless of their gender, sexual orientation, or identity. And it's come under fire by the far right, arguing it's inappropriate for children because it promotes sexual immorality and a political agenda. But drag shows are not inherently sexual in nature and are no more or less appropriate for children than other forms of entertainment. But of course, there is a spectrum. There's always a spectrum. Like some movies are rated R, but some are rated G, just like some drag shows may be more aimed at adults than others. But specifically, Drag Queen Story Hour is designed to be kid-friendly, and it's again a way to celebrate diversity and promote literacy. However, in at least 14 states, Republican lawmakers are seeking to ban or restrict all drag shows, arguing that they are a threat to public decency and morality. They claim that any drag show is inappropriate for children because all drag shows somehow promote sexual immorality. So they even compare drag shows to pornography. Now, these bills infringe upon the rights of performers and audience members, and are a blatant violation of the First Amendment. The war on drag is not just about restrictions on drag shows, it is a push to limit the visibility of the LGBTQI+ community altogether, just like requiring permission slips to check out LGBTQI+ books. Can we just recognize the importance of accessibility of books and the freedom to read? And can we address the culture war that is taking place in society right now, because these bills are an attempt to stigmatize and marginalize the LGBTQI+ community and are part of a broader pattern of discrimination and oppression. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox now. Until we meet again, may all the books you read be blessed.